Hi, I'm Mimi Nicklin, and my passion is to travel the world and create more human connection and empathy, and I'm very excited to have this conversation with you.
Mimi, thank you very much for giving Breaking Travel News some time here at HSMAI. You have opened the event today with an amazing keynote.
Thank you.
Why don't you tell us a little bit more about that?
So my passion is how we recreate connection in our world, and Nick, there's never been a time when our industry, hospitality, travel, but yes, the world around us, has needed to reconnect more than now. So I'm really proud to be here and to talk to an audience that literally lives in human connection, right? Hospitality is built on us, it's built on people, and just looking at how do we create that in leadership, how do we create it in culture, and how do we create it in travel experiences.
And why is it that we need to be reminded of that fact now?
Oh, because most of us have forgotten. I always say to my audiences that this is not a concept. As humans, we know this. We were born knowing it. We know what it feels like to be included, to belong, and we know what it feels like when we don't. But in this fast world, low time, high stress, so much going on, sometimes we can forget to slow down and be present in something that is deeply human. So occasionally, sitting down, having a conversation, listening to a keynote, coming to an event is exactly what we need, just to slow down and reflect on what really makes us human.
And when we think about sort of hospitality and the challenges it faces, the opportunities that it has in front of it in terms of the growth, key to that is people and talent, and that talent is coming from a new generation. Tell me a little bit about kind of where you see them at this moment in time around their ability to kind of adapt and to have resilience in the workplace.
Well, across hospitality, unfortunately, only 38% of people are engaged when it comes to the workforce. So we have a gap, a very big gap, where it comes to people really being connected to their work. And you mentioned resilience. We talk a lot about burnout. In fact, again, 59% of hospitality workers say that they are already burnt out. But the key to both of these things, engagement, burnout, resilience, being able to keep those younger generations, is belonging and purpose. That's why we perform. All motivation is relational. So really we struggle with all the generations, lots of people struggle with Gen Z and what they need and why they need it. But at the core of it is listening. And if we as leaders across hospitality, with our staff, with our customers, can lean into that listening and really, Nick, listen to understand, not just to reply, that's where the shift will happen. So I believe that if we can create more empathy in our workplaces, which is not a soft skill, but a hard leadership tactic, we can overcome some of those challenges with things like resignations, turnover, and training of our teams.
And I'm a hospitality leader listening to you talking now in this interview or hearing one of your keynotes. What do I actually kind of need to do to make that happen?
So fundamentally, this empathetic leadership that we're talking about, which I call listening-led leadership, sits in listening, the backbone of really being able to be a leader who listens more than they speak and is able to use that listening as a human data set. So if there's one thing that I recommend to all leaders, it's to really ask yourself that question: am I listening to understand, or am I listening to reply? This is a hard skill set. Many people call them soft skills. They're wrong, okay? These are hard skills, and if you get them right, you see 21% higher profit. So if you're a leader listening in hospitality or beyond, start with listening, because it is the beginning to all sustainable change.
I love the fact that there's a really hard ROI kind of side to this very hard skill that some people call them power skills.
Yes.
When you are thinking about sort of that next generation, and you talk about teaching these skills, what is it that the actual kind of educational system and institutions need to do to turn this into almost becoming a key competency, a capability of the 21st century?
I agree with what you say there about this being a capability of the 21st century. I often say that these skills are the skills for the future, But I'm not alone, because the World Economic Forum have also put them in the top 25% of all skill sets that we need to succeed by 2030. And what they're talking about is economic growth and success. So fundamentally, if you're looking to achieve these, I always think there are 3 steps to be very fast about it. The first is awareness. We need to tell people that they exist. Thank you for having me. That's exactly what we're doing here. The second is around intention. Right? You have to, as a leader, as a business, as a hospitality brand, have the intention to listen to your staff, to systemize that. And then the third step is accountability, measurement. Because in the end, Nick, what you don't measure will never manifest.
And someone listening to this interview wanting to find out more, what's the next step they need to take to engage with you?
Oh, to engage with me, they can literally Google my name, Mimi Nicklin, and I do a huge amount of work across Instagram, LinkedIn, lots of work in the media, so they can find me anywhere. And my platform is called Empathy Everywhere, so my vision in the world is to reconnect 1 million people by 2028. So if you want to come connect more people with me, please come find me.
Mimi, thanks so much for your time today.
Thank you for having me.